This canvas has a crazy story because it started with, I had a bucket of gesso that broke, and gesso's become very expensive, so I grabbed a bucket, grabbed a canvas, threw this up on the wall, and gessoed it, not knowing what I was going to do with it because I really haven't been working on big paintings in a long time. So I then had it up on the wall for a while, and then the next thing that happened was the fire, and the fire came, and then again this was left for months after the fire. I wasn't here, so it was covered in ash, and so not long ago, it's been rained on, it's been ash on it, it's gone through a lot. So it was drooping here on this wall, and my wall doesn't have a lot of integrity any longer, and I am debating whether I renovate my painting board, because it's really the only place I can do large paintings. So that's at any rate, it was hanging here and looking dismal, and I ripped it down. I thought I'm just going to put it in a vat of dye and see what happens, and I did that, and then took it out and thought, oh, it's not that bad. It didn't cover much on the gesso side, so I decided to use the back. So the gesso is actually on the other side, and I have done that in the past, but it just is what it is. Plus, it's an experiment to make a large heart painting. I haven't wanted to do it, in part because I'm thinking it's going to be very difficult to sew into, and then I have this big thing that I have to store, which somehow I think I could roll it after. But where I'm in the process now is I decided I am going to rabbit skin glue it, because if I don't, it's almost too porous. It's a little harder to paint on. So what I did, I just laid some more dye in, just as a start, and I did that so it really will go into the canvas. Now, even though it's not dry, but it's okay, I'm gonna rabbit skin glue it, and then I'll be ready to paint on. So I lost a lot of the detail, which is a shame. So I came out here to look at this painting today, and something that's a little bit troubling, and that is how it's buckling here, and I don't like that. That could be it could be really, it could be that this is an unstretchable canvas, in which case I don't want to put any more time into it. You know, I think what this has shown me is that I actually want to do these big heart paintings. So maybe I just start fresh, but one solution I have is I have this old frame, and what I could do is go ahead and try to stretch it, and then if I'm able to stretch it, then I can continue to work on it. If I can't, then maybe then I just abandon it. I think that's what I should do. As much as that is not fun to do, I think it's better than spending more time on this canvas than and then it's just not working at all. The reason I think it's problematic is because, if you recall, I had adjusted the back side, and then I did rabbit skin glue on this side. I've never heard of that being done, so I don't know, maybe a canvas does not like to be sized on both sides. I've never done that, and I probably should have left it, but I think it'll actually be easier to stretch than if it's this big, so I'm gonna end up losing a lot, but that's, I think, better than not being able to stretch the whole thing. Gives me a lot less space, but it's okay. It wasn't a fun job. I didn't enjoy that at all, but I was able to stretch it. So I'll continue to paint it on it. I think it would have to be restretched anyways on new stretcher bars. This is just temporary, and in that case, you know, it possibly could be tightened a little more. But I think it's fine. Okay, I changed my mind and decided to work outside after all, because I realized I'm not using the water-based oil paints like I have been using on these paintings. Just because, I don't know, I was working outside, so I want to keep it, I want to keep working outside because I have to use the solvents. I can bring it in, but I might as well. I brought this old outdoor easel out, so and it's nice to kind of see it outside. Okay, I think I will be abandoning this place to paint for now. So this week I decided I really needed to clean up, and I sort of took inventory of things. I took everything off the wall, and honestly, you know, you kind of look at things and think, what am I doing? You have that moment too, but I think it's just taking stock of what I have, and in an effort to move on to the next stage of stretching the canvases that I painted on. I had to get my wood out, I had to get a new saw, I had to clean up that area up there. I am thinking about where I want to put my energy and what I want to spend time on, and building stretcher bars is not something I want to do anymore that I've been talking about and complaining about. So figuring out, I think, my system moving forward and how I'm going to move through this process from beginning to end, and not having figured out storage yet, but it's all part of the process. And I have this painting that is that rescue mission canvas that canvas has gone through a lot, and I just had it was just an experiment from beginning to end. So I thought, why not try doing a large heart painting? And I have to say I really enjoyed it, and I'm now convinced that I do want to do large ones. It was no harder to do them large. If anything, it was a lot more interesting to paint large. The other thing I started to do is taking canvases that maybe, because I've just been in such an experimental phase of creating these, and it's really, I'm really enjoying that, and I know they're going to continue to evolve, and that's exciting. But there's some that I just didn't work out or didn't want to complete, and I decided to cut them apart and use pieces of them to collage. Today I'm going to dye canvases. I've got some stretcher bars ready to go, and I've got some canvases ready to be dyed. So I'm going to work on that today. And I also want to continue to look at the stretcher bars and calculate what I need and what I want to do. The other thing that's happened is I think I mentioned that I've had this dream about a studio, knowing that the 3 times in my life that I've had a dedicated art studio were the times that I made meaningful bodies of work and at a good scale. Looking back on the work that I was sharing, I can say that I was really sharing a lot of mistakes or just experiments, and I think in the end, with the dyeing, I feel like I'm sort of making that part of the painting process, and that giant canvas, ugly canvas I worked on actually turned out to lead me into the next painting. So pushing forward on that was pivotal. I will carry on with these stretcher bars. I will have to keep going making stretcher bars, and it's not so bad after all. But in the future, I definitely want to see how I can get the stretcher bars pre-made, so I'm just stretching canvas and not also building. I hope I can find a studio or a solution for the studio, because I would like to make bigger canvases, and I would like to work towards a meaningful body of work. Not that I think it's more clear how I'm going to get there, and now I have to just be open to how I can find a space, or where I can make space, and see where it goes from there. bye.